An old man faced a charging lion in the forest, but what he did next left the whole village speechless. The village of Ndumo nestled amidst the acacia trees and tall grasses of the African savanna, its mud brick huts blending seamlessly with the earthy hues of the landscape. Life in Ndumo flowed at the pace of the rising and setting sun, its rhythm dictated by the seasons, its spirit deeply intertwined with the surrounding wilderness. The villagers, their lives shaped by the land, lived in harmony with the natural world. Their days filled with the tending of crops, the herding of cattle, and the gathering of fruits and herbs. Their traditions, passed down through generations, honored the spirits of the ancestors and the delicate balance of the ecosystem. The elders, their faces etched with the wisdom of the savanna, held a revered position in the community. Their counsel sought on matters of tradition, conflict resolution, and the interpretation of natural phenomena. They were the keepers of knowledge, their stories weaving a tapestry of history, mythology, and the interconnectedness of all living beings. Among the elders, a man named Jabulani stood out for his gentle demeanor, his keen observation skills, and his deep understanding of the natural world. He was a respected healer, his knowledge of herbs and remedies passed down from his ancestors, his touch bringing comfort and healing to the sick and injured. Jabulani possessed a unique connection to the animals of the savanna, his presence calming even the most skittish creatures, his understanding of their behavior bordering on the mystical. He could interpret the calls of the birds, the tracks of the predators, and the subtle shifts in the wind that foretold the changing seasons. One day, as the sun dipped below the horizon, casting long shadows across the savanna, a sense of unease settled over Ndumo. The cattle returned from the grazing fields, their usually placid demeanor replaced by a nervous agitation, their hooves kicking up dust as they huddled together, their lowing echoing through the village. The villagers, their instincts attuned to the rhythms of the wild, sensed a disturbance, a disruption to the delicate balance of their world. Their eyes scanned the horizon, their ears strained for any unusual sounds, their hearts pounding with a mix of apprehension and curiosity. As darkness enveloped the village, the source of their unease emerged from the shadows, its silhouette outlined against the star-studded sky, its presence casting a pall over the tranquil night. A lion, its mane a majestic crown, its eyes glowing embers in the darkness, had ventured close to the village, its predatory instincts awakened, its presence a threat to the vulnerable livestock and the fragile peace of Ndumo. The lion's presence cast a shadow of fear over Ndumo. The villagers, accustomed to the harmonious rhythm of the savanna, now huddled around their fires, their conversations hushed, their eyes darting nervously towards the darkness beyond the flickering flames. The elders, their wisdom tested by this unexpected threat, gathered in the center of the village, their faces etched with concern, their voices a murmur of speculation and advice. They debated the best course of action, their traditions clashing with the urgency of the situation. Some advocated for a show of force, a collective hunt to drive the lion away from their territory. Others urged caution, reminding the villagers of the lion's power and the potential for human casualties. Jabulani, his brow furrowed in thought, listened intently to the conflicting opinions, his heart heavy with the weight of responsibility. He understood the villagers' fear, their need to protect their livestock and their families. But he also recognized the lion's role in the delicate balance of the ecosystem, its presence a natural part of the savanna's rhythm. He sought a solution that would honor both the needs of the villagers and the respect they held for the natural world. He recalled the stories of his ancestors, their tales of coexisting with the wild, their wisdom passed down through generations. He remembered the legend of the Lion Whisperer, a revered ancestor who had possessed a unique ability to communicate with the lions, to understand their behavior, and to guide them away from human settlements without resorting to violence. Jabulani, his heart filled with a quiet determination, decided to follow in the footsteps of his ancestor. He announced his intention to the elders, his voice calm but firm, his eyes reflecting a deep understanding of the risks and the potential rewards. The elders, their respect for Jabulani's wisdom evident in their attentive silence, nodded in agreement, their hearts filled with a mix of apprehension and hope. They knew that Jabulani's approach was unconventional, a departure from the traditional methods of dealing with predators. But they also trusted his judgment, his connection to the natural world, his ability to find a solution that would honor both human needs and the delicate balance of the ecosystem. As the night deepened, the villagers retreated to their huts, their sleep troubled by the lion's presence, their dreams filled with images of its powerful form and glowing eyes. Jabulani, however, remained awake, his mind focused on the task ahead, his heart filled with a quiet determination to face the lion, not with fear or aggression, but with understanding and respect. The first rays of dawn painted the savanna in hues of gold and rose as Jabulani, his weathered face etched with a quiet determination, ventured into the wilderness. He carried with him a small pouch filled with herbs and a walking stick carved from the branch of an acacia tree, his tools of healing and his connection to the natural world. He walked with a steady gait, his bare feet leaving silent imprints on the dew-kissed grass, his senses alert to the sights and sounds of the awakening savanna. He observed the grazing herds, their movements a symphony of peaceful coexistence, their presence a testament to the delicate balance of the ecosystem. He listened to the calls of the birds, their melodies echoing through the trees, their songs a language he understood, a communication that transcended the boundaries of species. He inhaled the earthy scent of the damp soil, the sweet fragrance of wildflowers, the musky scent of the wild animals that roamed the savanna. He sought the lion, not with fear or aggression, but with a deep respect and a desire to understand its presence in their territory. He knew that the lion, like all creatures, had its place in the intricate web of life, its role as a predator essential to the balance of the ecosystem. He followed the tracks of the lion, his keen eyes deciphering the story etched into the soft earth, his mind reconstructing the lion's movements, its hunting patterns, its interactions with its surroundings. He sensed the lion's power, its predatory instincts, but also its vulnerability, its need to survive in a changing world. He reached a clearing, the tall grasses swaying gently in the morning breeze, the acacia trees casting long shadows across the open space. He paused, his senses heightened, his intuition guiding him towards the lion's presence. And there, in the center of the clearing, bathed in the golden light of the rising sun, stood the lion, its mane a majestic crown, its eyes glowing embers, its presence a commanding force in the heart of the wild. Jabulani, his heart filled with a mix of awe and respect, approached slowly, his movements deliberate, his intentions clear. He carried no weapons, no tools of aggression, only his wisdom and his connection to the natural world. The lion, sensing his presence, turned its gaze towards him, its eyes piercing, its muscles coiled, its body poised for action. But Jabulani did not flinch, his gaze steady, his demeanor calm, his presence a testament to the courage that resided within his aged frame. He stood before the lion, a solitary figure against the backdrop of the vast savanna, his vulnerability a testament to his unwavering belief in the power of understanding and respect. He knew that he was facing a formidable predator, a creature capable of inflicting great harm. But he also knew that he carried within him a wisdom that transcended fear, a connection to the natural world that could bridge the gap between human and animal. He began to speak, his voice a soft murmur in the vastness of the savanna, his words a language that resonated with the ancient rhythms of the wild. He spoke of respect, of coexistence, of the delicate balance that sustained all living beings. The lion, its ears perked, its gaze unwavering, listened intently, its predatory instincts tempered by a curiosity, a recognition of something beyond the usual encounter with a human. Jabulani, his voice carrying the wisdom of generations, continued his solitary vigil, his words weaving a tapestry of understanding, his presence a beacon of hope in the heart of the wild. The lion, its powerful form radiating an aura of primal energy, remained motionless, its gaze fixed on Jabulani, its ears twitching as it absorbed the elder's words. Jabulani, his voice a gentle murmur against the backdrop of the savannah's symphony, continued his discourse, his words weaving a tapestry of respect and understanding. He spoke of the interconnectedness of all living beings, the delicate balance that sustained the ecosystem, the role of the lion as a predator, a vital force in the cycle of life and death. He acknowledged the lion's power, its instincts, its need to hunt and survive. But he also spoke of the human presence in the savanna, their dependence on the land, their respect for the creatures that shared their home. He explained the villagers' fear, their need to protect their livestock, their desire to coexist peacefully with the wild. He appealed to the lion's understanding, not as a master commanding a subordinate, but as an equal acknowledging a shared existence. He spoke of boundaries, of respect for territory, of the need for both humans and animals to thrive in their shared environment. The lion, its amber eyes reflecting the wisdom of the savanna, seemed to comprehend the elder's words, its predatory instincts tempered by a curiosity, a recognition of something beyond the usual encounter with a human. It lowered its head slightly, its mane cascading like a golden waterfall, its posture shifting from aggression to attentiveness. Jabulani, sensing a shift in the lion's demeanor, continued his discourse, his voice now carrying a note of gentle persuasion. He spoke of alternative hunting grounds, of the abundance of prey in the deeper reaches of the savanna, of the possibility of coexistence without conflict. He extended his hand, palm open, a gesture of peace and invitation. The lion, its gaze unwavering, took a tentative step forward, its massive paws treading softly on the earth, its movements a cautious exploration of this unusual interaction. It sniffed the air, its keen senses detecting the scent of the herbs Jabulani carried, the familiar aromas of the savanna mingling with the unique scent of the human. It lowered its head, its nostrils brushing against Jabulani's outstretched hand, its breath warm and moist against his weathered skin. A moment of profound connection hung in the air, a bridge of understanding built between two species, a testament to the power of respect and communication. Jabulani, his heart filled with a quiet triumph, maintained his steady gaze, his presence a beacon of calm amidst the wildness. The lion, its curiosity satisfied, its predatory instincts momentarily subdued, turned and walked away, its powerful form disappearing into the tall grasses, its presence lingering in the air like a whisper of the savanna's ancient wisdom. Jabulani, his solitary vigil complete, returned to the village, his footsteps carrying the weight of his encounter, his heart filled with a renewed sense of hope for the harmonious coexistence between humans and the wild. News of Jabulani's encounter with the lion spread through Ndumo like wildfire, the villagers gathering in the center of the village, their faces etched with a mix of awe, disbelief, and apprehension. They had witnessed a scene that defied their understanding, a confrontation with a predator that had ended not in violence, but in a silent understanding. The young warriors, their pride challenged by the lion's presence, questioned Jabulani's approach, their voices filled with a restless energy. "Why did you not fight?" they asked, their hands gripping their spears, their eyes burning with a desire to prove their strength. Jabulani, his gaze steady, his voice calm, responded with the wisdom of the elders. "The lion is a creature of power," he explained, "but it is also a creature of instinct. It does not seek conflict unless it is threatened or hungry. I showed it respect. I acknowledged its place in the savanna, and it responded in kind." The women, their hearts filled with concern for their children and their livestock, expressed their anxieties. "But what if it returns?" they asked, their voices laced with worry, their eyes searching Jabulani's face for reassurance. Jabulani, his voice gentle but firm, offered comfort. "I have spoken to the lion," he said. "I have shown it that we are not its enemy, that we respect its territory. It will not harm us if we do not harm it." The elders, their wisdom resonating with Jabulani's words, nodded in agreement, their voices adding weight to his message. They spoke of the ancient traditions, the stories of their ancestors who had coexisted with the wild, the delicate balance that sustained all living beings. The villagers, their initial apprehension tempered by Jabulani's calm demeanor and the elder's wisdom, began to see the encounter in a new light. They recognized the courage it had taken for Jabulani to face the lion unarmed, to speak to it with respect rather than aggression. They marveled at his understanding of the natural world, his ability to communicate with a creature that had always been perceived as a fearsome predator. They saw in his actions a reflection of their own deep connection to the savanna, a reminder of the wisdom that had been passed down through generations. A sense of awe settled over the village, their fear replaced by a newfound respect for the lion and a deeper appreciation for the delicate balance of the ecosystem. They recognized that Jabulani, their elder, had not just faced a lion. He had bridged the gap between humans and the wild, demonstrating the power of understanding and respect to coexist in harmony with the natural world. Despite the initial awe that followed Jabulani's encounter with the lion, a sense of unease lingered within the village. The younger generation, eager to prove their bravery and protect their community, questioned Jabulani's passive approach, their voices echoing with a restless energy. The lion is a threat, they argued, their hands gripping their spears, their eyes burning with a desire to assert their dominance. We must hunt it down, show it who is master of this land. The elders, their wisdom tempered by years of experience, cautioned against such aggression, their voices reminding the young warriors of the lion's power and the potential consequences of a confrontation. We have lived in harmony with the wild for generations, they reminded them, respecting the balance, not disrupting it with unnecessary violence. Jabulani, caught in the crossfire of these opposing views, found himself defending his actions, his voice calm but firm, his words carrying the weight of his wisdom and his deep connection to the natural world. The lion is not our enemy, he explained. It is a creature of instinct, driven by hunger and the need to survive. We must understand its needs, respect its territory, and find a way to coexist without conflict. But his words did not quell the restlessness of the young warriors, their pride wounded by the perceived threat to their community. They saw in Jabulani's approach a weakness, a lack of the aggression they believed was necessary to protect their village. They organized hunting parties, their spears sharpened, their voices echoing with chants of bravery and defiance. They ventured into the savanna, their footsteps disturbing the tranquility of the grasslands, their presence a disruption to the delicate balance that Jabulani had sought to maintain. The elders, their hearts heavy with concern, watched as the young warriors ventured into the wild, their actions threatening to ignite a conflict that could have devastating consequences. They sought Jabulani's counsel, their voices filled with a mix of apprehension and respect for his wisdom. Jabulani, his brow furrowed in thought, recognized the challenge he faced. He knew that the young warriors' desire to protect their community was rooted in a deep sense of responsibility, but their aggression threatened to disrupt the delicate balance he had sought to establish with the lion. He decided to guide them, to channel their energy towards a more harmonious approach, to teach them the wisdom of coexistence. He gathered the young warriors, his voice resonating with a quiet authority, his words weaving a tapestry of understanding and respect. He spoke of the lion's role in the ecosystem, its importance in maintaining the health of the herds, its presence a natural part of the savanna's rhythm. He explained the concept of territorial boundaries, the need for both humans and animals to respect each other's space, the possibility of coexistence without conflict. He taught them the art of tracking, the subtle signs that revealed the lion's movements, its hunting patterns, its interactions with its surroundings. He showed them how to interpret the lion's behavior, its vocalizations, its body language, its subtle cues that conveyed its intentions. He emphasized the importance of observation, of understanding the lion's needs, of anticipating its actions, of finding ways to coexist without encroaching on its territory or provoking its aggression. The young warriors, their initial restlessness tempered by Jabulani's wisdom, began to see the lion in a new light. They recognized the power and beauty of the creature, its role in the delicate balance of the savanna, its presence a testament to the wild spirit that resided within them all. They abandoned their hunting parties, their spears replaced by a newfound respect for the lion and a desire to protect its place in their shared environment. They became guardians of the balance, their vigilance guided by understanding rather than aggression, their actions a testament to the wisdom they had learned from their elder. Jabulani, his influence extending beyond the immediate encounter with the lion, became a guiding light for the village, his wisdom illuminating a path towards a more harmonious coexistence with the natural world. He taught the villagers to observe the subtle cues of the savanna, to understand the language of the animals, to respect the delicate balance of the ecosystem. He led them on walks through the grasslands, his keen eyes pointing out the tracks of the creatures that roamed the land, his voice explaining their behaviors, their roles in the intricate web of life. He showed them the nests of the weaver birds, the burrows of the aardvarks, the watering holes where the animals gathered in a peaceful truce. He taught them to identify the medicinal plants, their leaves and roots offering healing properties, their presence a testament to the savanna's ability to provide for both humans and animals. He shared his knowledge of the stars, their constellations guiding the seasons, their movements a reflection of the cyclical nature of life. He instilled in the villagers a deep respect for the lion, its presence no longer a source of fear, but a reminder of the power and beauty of the wild. He taught them to anticipate its movements, to avoid encroaching on its territory, to coexist without disrupting the delicate balance of the ecosystem. The villagers, their perspectives broadened by Jabulani's teachings, began to see the savanna with new eyes. They recognized the interconnectedness of all living beings, their own lives intertwined with the rhythms of nature, their survival dependent on the health of the land and its creatures. They implemented sustainable practices, rotating their crops to replenish the soil, allowing the grasslands to regenerate after grazing, and respecting the natural boundaries of the wildlife. They learned to coexist with the lion, their vigilance guided by understanding rather than fear, their actions a testament to the wisdom they had gained from their elder. The lion, sensing the shift in the villagers' attitude, responded in kind. It continued to hunt in the surrounding territory, its presence a vital part of the ecosystem, but it avoided venturing close to the village, respecting the boundaries that had been established. The villagers, their fears allayed, their respect for the lion deepened, began to see it as a guardian of the savanna, its presence a symbol of the wild spirit that resided within them all. They would often gather at the edge of the village in the evenings, their gazes drawn to the horizon, their ears attuned to the distant roar of the lion, its call a reminder of the power and beauty of the natural world. Jabulani, his heart filled with a quiet satisfaction, watched as the villagers embraced the wisdom of the wild, their actions a testament to his teachings, their respect for the lion a reflection of his own deep connection to the natural world. He knew that he had planted a seed of understanding and coexistence, a seed that would blossom into a legacy of harmony between humans and the wild. The lion, once a source of fear and apprehension, gradually became a symbol of respect and even reverence for the villagers of Ndumo. They no longer spoke of it with trepidation, but with a quiet admiration for its power and its role in the delicate balance of the savanna. They observed its movements from a distance, their eyes following its graceful strides across the grasslands, their ears attuned to its powerful roars that echoed through the valleys. They learned to interpret its behavior, its hunting patterns, its interactions with its pride, its role as a guardian of the ecosystem. They recognized that the lion's presence ensured the health of the herds, culling the weak and the sick, preventing overgrazing, and maintaining the delicate balance between predator and prey. They understood that the lion, though a fearsome hunter, was also a vital part of their own survival, its presence ensuring the abundance of the land. They began to leave offerings for the lion, placing portions of their kills at the edge of their territory, a gesture of respect and gratitude for its role in the ecosystem. They saw the lion as a protector, a guardian of the wild, its presence a symbol of the untamed spirit that resided within them all. The children, their fears allayed by Jabulani's teachings, would often gather at the edge of the village, their eyes scanning the horizon, their imaginations ignited by the tales of the lion's prowess. They would mimic its roars, their playful growls echoing through the village, their games a testament to their newfound respect for the creature. The elders, their wisdom deepened by the lion's presence, would share stories of their ancestors' encounters with the lions, their tales weaving a tapestry of respect and coexistence. They would point out the constellations in the night sky, their patterns mirroring the lion's form, their stories connecting the creature to the celestial realm. The lion, sensing the shift in the villagers' attitude, responded in kind. It continued to hunt in the surrounding territory, its presence a vital part of the ecosystem, but it avoided venturing close to the village, respecting the boundaries that had been established. The villagers, their fears allayed, their respect for the lion deepened, began to see it as a guardian of the savanna, its presence a symbol of the wild spirit that resided within them all. They would often gather at the edge of the village in the evenings, their gazes drawn to the horizon, their ears attuned to the distant roar of the lion, his call a reminder of the power and beauty of the natural world. Jabulani, his heart filled with a quiet satisfaction, watched as the villagers embraced the wisdom of the wild, their actions a testament to his teachings, their respect for the lion a reflection of his own deep connection to the natural world. He knew that he had planted a seed of understanding and coexistence, a seed that would blossom into a legacy of harmony between humans and the wild. The story of Jabulani and the lion, a tale of courage, wisdom, and harmonious coexistence, transcended the boundaries of Ndumo, carried on the whispers of the wind across the vast expanse of the savanna. It reached the ears of travelers and explorers, their curiosity piqued by the tales of an elder who had faced a lion unarmed, his wisdom calming the beast, his presence restoring balance to the land. Among these travelers were researchers and conservationists, their mission to study the wildlife of the savanna, their hearts drawn to the stories of Ndumo and its unique relationship with the lion. They arrived at the village, their vehicles a stark contrast to the traditional huts and the rhythm of life that pulsed in harmony with the natural world. They brought with them their knowledge of the wider world, their understanding of the threats facing the savanna, the encroaching pressures of human expansion, the devastating impact of poaching and habitat destruction. They shared their concerns with the villagers, their words painting a picture of a world beyond the boundaries of Ndumo, a world where the delicate balance of nature was under threat. The villagers, their perspectives broadened by these encounters, began to see their own relationship with the lion in a new light. They recognized the importance of protecting their environment, of preserving the delicate balance that sustained their way of life. They embraced the conservationists' teachings, learning about sustainable practices, the importance of preserving biodiversity, and the role they could play in protecting the savanna for future generations. They established community-led conservation initiatives, their actions guided by the wisdom of their elders and the knowledge shared by the outsiders. The lion, now a symbol of their commitment to conservation, became a source of pride for the village, its presence a testament to their harmonious coexistence with the wild. They shared their story with the visitors, their voices filled with a newfound understanding of the interconnectedness of all living beings. The researchers, inspired by the village's dedication to conservation, established a research center in Ndumo. Their studies focused on understanding the lion's behavior, its role in the ecosystem, and the delicate balance that sustained the savanna. They worked alongside the villagers, their collaboration a bridge between traditional knowledge and scientific understanding. The story of Ndumo, the village that had embraced the lion, spread far and wide, attracting tourists and eco-travelers eager to witness the harmonious coexistence between humans and wildlife. The village, once isolated, now welcomed visitors from across the globe, their presence bringing economic opportunities and a renewed sense of connection to the wider world. But with the influx of outsiders came new challenges. The delicate balance of Ndumo's traditions and its newfound role in conservation tested by the pressures of the modern world. The villagers, guided by their elders and the wisdom of the savanna, navigated these challenges with a resilience born from their deep connection to the land and their unwavering respect for the natural world. Part 10. Legacy of the Lionheart. Time, like the endless cycle of seasons on the savanna, painted its passage on the village of Ndumo. The mud brick huts, weathered by sun and rain, stood as testaments to the enduring spirit of the community, their foundations rooted in the wisdom of the elders and the respect for the land. Jabulani, his hair now as white as the clouds that drifted across the vast sky, his face etched with the wisdom of a life lived in harmony with the wild, continued to be a guiding light for Ndumo. His voice, though softened by age, still carried the weight of his ancestors, his stories weaving a tapestry of tradition, resilience, and the interconnectedness of all living beings. The lion, its mane now streaked with silver, its movements slowed by the passage of time, remained a symbol of the village's respect for the natural world. It continued to roam the savanna, its presence a reminder of the delicate balance that sustained their way of life. The villagers, their lives enriched by Jabulani's teachings, had embraced a deeper understanding of their place in the ecosystem. They continued to practice sustainable farming, their crops flourishing in the fertile soil, their herds thriving on the lush grasslands. They honored the lion's presence, leaving offerings of gratitude at the edge of its territory, their actions a testament to their respect for the creature and its role in the delicate balance of the savanna. The children, their imaginations ignited by the stories of Jabulani and the lion, grew up with a deep appreciation for the natural world. They learned to track the animals, to identify the plants, and to interpret the whispers of the wind, their knowledge a legacy passed down from their elders. They played games that mimicked the movements of the lion, their laughter echoing through the village, their spirits imbued with the wildness of the savanna. They listened intently to the elders' stories, their hearts filled with a reverence for the creatures that shared their home. The researchers, their work enriched by the collaboration with the villagers, continued their studies, their findings contributing to a growing understanding of the lion's behavior and its vital role in the ecosystem. They shared their knowledge with the world, their publications and documentaries raising awareness about the importance of conservation and the delicate balance of the savanna. Ndumo, once a remote village on the edge of the wilderness, had become a beacon of hope, a testament to the harmonious coexistence between humans and the wild. The story, carried on the whispers of the wind and the voices of its people, inspired others to embrace a deeper respect for the natural world, to protect the delicate balance of life, and to honor the wisdom of those who had lived in harmony with the land for generations. Jabulani, his life drawing to a close, gathered the villagers around him, his voice weak but filled with the wisdom of a lifetime. He spoke of the lion, its presence a reminder of the wild spirit that resided within them all. He urged them to continue their traditions, to respect the land, and to protect the delicate balance that sustained their way of life. He closed his eyes, his spirit returning to the savanna, his legacy etched in the hearts of his people. The villagers mourned his passing, their tears a testament to the love and respect they held for their elder. But his teachings lived on, his wisdom echoing through the generations, his story intertwined with the legend of the lion, a symbol of the enduring connection between humans and the wild, a legacy that would forever guide the people of Ndumo towards a future of harmony and respect for the natural world.